I'm back. Good morning.
Let's do it one more time.
I, Javier Becerra,
Do
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Secretary. Congratulations. Congratulations. And here, by the way.
And I'm going to show you how to prove that the 4D crime family, by going into a contract, violated the separation of powers. Also, what this means is that it was also a violation of the Code of Judicial Conduct in that a judge lent the prestige of his or her office to the advancement of a business problem. All right, so let's dig in.
Today, what I'm going to teach you is that Javier Becerra violated his right to his oath of office. He also violated your inherent and inalienable rights.
Colombia, including any agency, subdivision, or instrumentality thereof, to any individual, including members of the armed forces of the United States, shall be subject in like manner to the same extent as if the United States or District of Columbia were a private person to withholding. What is a private person, gentlemen? Private person. The term private person means a person who does not have sovereign or other special immunity or privilege which causes the person to be subject to legal process. Now, that means Javier Becerra does not have it. Okay? But real talk, gentlemen, Javier Becerra has violated his oath of office because the United States Constitution forbids legislative bills of attainder. All right, everything that I showed you as far as wage withholding and all this other shit, those are bills of attainder. No trial. All right, so Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3, and Article 1, Section 10, all right, forbids legislative bills of attainder, which means Title 4D. Fifth Amendment forbids denial of due process. 13th Amendment it forbids involuntary servitude, and 14th Amendment forbids denial of equal protection. All right, wage withholding is basically taking your income that you honestly earn. A bill of attainder inflicts a milder degree of punishment than death. It's called a bill of attainder penalty for both parties and the prohibition in the federal Constitution. What is involuntary servitude?
And if you come near my family again, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Ask your wife a couple of questions, okay? You move. You make one sound. I'll snatch the life right out of you, understand?
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
I will fucking destroy you. I will make it my mission in life.
I will rain down an ungodly fucking firestorm upon you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker! I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
One night I'm gonna come to you inside of your house, wherever you're sleeping, and I'm gonna cut your throat.
If I were you, I'd get in that fucking car and I'd get out of here, man. I'd gather them goonies and get whatever you got and come with me. I'm trying to fucking go.
You just fucked with the wrong guy.
Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
May I help you?
Yes. Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
I beg your pardon?
It's a beautiful day. You'll be out killing drug dealers. Are there any in the house?
Xavier Becerra, President-elect Joe Biden's choice to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, played a key role in helping secure a pardon for a convicted drug trafficker after the felon's father donated to the then-congressman's campaigns, according to a report on Tuesday. Wealthy businessman Horacio Vignali approached Becerra and a number of other California politicians seeking their help in getting an 11th-hour pardon from Bill Clinton for his son, Carlos Vignali, who was serving a 15-year sentence for cocaine trafficking, Fox News reported. Former President Bill Clinton commuted the young Vignali's sentence on the final day of his administration in January 2001. He had served 6 years.
Cocainum.
Secretary, good to see you again. In 2020, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that Ohio had the 5th largest overdose death rate in the country. In the same year, Ohio, fentanyl was involved in 81% of all of the overdose deaths, often with a combination of drugs. Last year, Drug Enforcement Agency seized enough fentanyl to kill every American, capturing more than 50 million fentanyl-laced pills and over 10,000 pounds of fentanyl powder. I've been to the border. I've seen how the cartels are able to smuggle drugs into the communities. We need HHS to protect Americans from fentanyl flooding our border. We need to hold Mexico accountable and continue to warn Americans about the potential of fentanyl-laced drugs. In the President's budget, there's roughly $40 million to combat fentanyl trafficking and disrupt international criminal organizations. What steps, Mr. Secretary, is your agency taking to prevent fentanyl from entering the United States and killing more Americans, including constituents of mine back in Ohio? Your answer, sir.
Congressman, and I want to be respectful here in the answer because you're asking me what I at HHS can do, and much of what you're asking is about the border, and that's not within the purview of the Department of Health and Human Services. I can tell you, if you wish, I know you have limited time, what we're doing with regard to fentanyl, but it won't be so much at the border. That's really Department of Homeland Security and other agencies.
So, is HAS working to combat the large amounts of fentanyl-laced drugs currently circulating in the U.S.?
Absolutely. We are dedicating some $11 billion in our budget for drug overdose prevention and to try to address this as best we can, working with the states.
Just one thing I found that was interesting in the President's budget, climate is mentioned 74 times more than the word fentanyl. So just an interesting point. Real quick, I do want to just touch upon something that that we've seen, particularly during the COVID time, with our EMS personnel, and with the treatment in place that we've actually seen, and it's been really saving people a lot of money because, as you're well aware, our EMS personnel in the past, and currently most of our EMS personnel, are actually only paid if they take somebody to a hospital. But under this waiver program with this treatment in place, we're finding that these folks are able to actually save money by being able to diagnose it on site. So it's a good program. It's something that I know that works with your agency. I just wondered if you had any thoughts on that. You know, have 45 seconds.
And I'll be brief. It moves us more towards prevention, and rather than waiting till you send someone to the ER room and see if you can catch them before they die, it's trying to make use of the evidence that shows that certain preventative approaches can actually save lives early.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Freeze, you diseased rhinoceros pizzle.
You gum-faced, blown-up baboon-ass bastard.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Suck my fat one, you cheap dime store hood.
F.A.E. Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
You smell like a bom's nutsack.
Mother's cunt stinks like carpet cleaner. Your mother sucks cocks in hell, Paris, you faithless swine.
When your mother so poor, I seen her kicking can down the street. I said, what you doing? She said, moving.
I married your mother because I wanted children. Imagine my disappointment when you arrived.
There's nothing like that, penis breath! Elliot!
You're gonna pay full price, Rummy. I don't give any fucking serviceman's discount.
Yeah, your old lady does.
Jesus Christ! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love!
You disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
You tiny-brained whappers of other people's bottoms!
Were you born a fat, slimy scumbag, you piece of shit private pile? Or did you have to work on it?
Shut your anorexic, malnutrition, tapeworm having, overdose, Dick Gregory, Bahamian diet drinking ass up.
Eat your heart out, you crinkled, wrinkled, fat scrag, paunchy sag bottom, puke pot, boiled dripping, beef fart sniffing, bubble butt. Blood wide, needle dick, cog bite, jag off, limp wrist, core hole, shit bird, turn face, limp dick, bar face, turn merchant, shit face, rat turn you son of a bitch. Monk-tongue.
Mass shooter.
Pinhead.
Prison barber.
Mother lover.
Nearsighted gynecologist.
Lying, crying, spying, prying, ultra pig.
You loot crude loot bag of pre-chewed food dude.
You miserable piece of dick-brain, horseshit, slime-sucking son of a whore bitch! No good rot! What the black-hearted devil-dealing, backstabbing,
You two-tone, zebra-headed, slime-coated, pimple-farming, pear museum brain, munching on your own mucus, suffering from Peter Pan envy!
You imbecile! You bloated idiot! You stupid fathead!
You have bad breath caused by gingivitis. You couldn't get a porn star off. Your hairpiece looks like something that was killed crossing the highway. I don't know whether to comb it or scrape it off with a shovel and bury it in the line. Loser! Idiot! Wimp! Degenerate!
You Pharisee! You peckstiff! You egregious tartuffle!
Doctor, was that good or bad?
You're a fraud, a charlatan, and a rogue, sir!
I think you are filth. I think you are scum. You are a degenerate!
Who do you think you are, you snot-faced little punk? Let me make this clear for you, okay? You are nothing! If you were in my toilet bowl, I wouldn't bother flushing it. My bath mat means more to me than you.
Now look, shut up, you long streak of paralyzed piss. Look at you.
I'm back. Good morning.
Let's do it one more time.
Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
I beg your pardon?
It's a beautiful day, and we're out killing drug dealers. Are there any in the house? Don't forget to send me a copy.
This just happened again recently. The Health and Human Services Department, which is run by Javier Becerra, just rejected a demand from 2 cancer patients who cannot afford the $180,000 a year cost of a prostate drug called Xtandi, which was originally developed with public funding.
You make one more drug deal, and I'll forget your grandmother was so nice to me. I'll cut your fucking nuts off. You understand that?
And tomorrow we come back and we cut off your Johnson. Excuse me?
I said we cut up your Johnson!
Now what you gonna do about that? You gonna stop us? You're gonna look pretty funny trying to going on a car with no fucking teeth.
I don't give a damn who you are. This is America, Jack.
May I help you?
Yes. Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
I beg your pardon?
It's a beautiful day, and we're out killing drug dealers. Are there any in the house? Cocainum.
I'm Dr. Richard I. Fine, the founder and chairman of the campaign. Today, we are going to visit with William Donald Goebel. William has a case that went all the way through the California Supreme Court. The lesson from William's case is that the corruption in the California judiciary and the California judicial system is so great and so intense that there is no way whatsoever that you as a citizen will ever prevail and receive a fair trial within the California judicial system. Now, the reason for this is very simple. Over 90% of the judges in the California judiciary have received over $400 million of illegal payments from counties or courts. The same 90% of the judges in the California judiciary have received retroactive immunity from criminal prosecution, civil liability, and disciplinary action under SPX 211, enacted in 2009 within 3 days by over 2/3 of each chamber of the California legislature. Think about that. Now think about any case which you, your family, your friends, your business associates, or your acquaintances may have had in front of the California judiciary. And think back. Did you get a fair ruling? Did you get a fair order? Did you get a fair judgment? Now, what are the reasons for this? First of all, we start out at the federal government level. Under Title IV, which most people understand to be the Social Security Act, payments are made by the federal government to the state of California and to the counties. Now, those payments are made basically under the auspices of providing or helping to provide insurance and benefits to children. That's the excuse. In reality, those payments are made to county child support systems and divisions to help collect child support. Interestingly enough, and we'll take something like Orange County, where William's case existed, over 66% of the budget of the Orange County Department of Child Support Services is paid by the federal government. Now, how does this work? The federal government gives a flat amount of money to the Department of Child Support Services. However, they also give bonuses. So if the department files more cases this year than it did last year, it gets a bonus. If the department collects more money this year than it did last year, it gets a bonus. In fact, if you go on the Department of Child Support Services website, you see them advertising to have people come to them so that they can file cases on behalf of the people to increase child support. Once the department gets this money, what do they do with it? Well, naturally, they pay their employees and everything else. The money goes into the general fund of the department. The county then, from that general fund, takes money and pays the state-elected judges who are serving on the Superior Court for the County of Orange. In other words, what they are doing is they take that county money and they pay the judges. Now, the judges are state-elected constitutional officers. And under Article 6, Section 19 of the California Constitution, the only people that can set the salaries and compensation of the judges are, or is, the state legislature. So the counties are making illegal payments to the judges.
Vice Chair Collins.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Secretary Becerra, welcome. You may have noticed this week that there is a sea of purple in Washington, D.C., and that purple is worn by advocates for those who are suffering from Alzheimer's disease, are afflicted with it themselves, or are caring for someone, or who have lost someone to this devastating disease. I know that's true of both your family and my family as well. So it is with great disappointment that the CMS is blocking and acting as a roadblock for patient access to drugs that could be very helpful to these patients, particularly in the early stages of this devastating disease. I just do not understand CMS's misguided and outright unprecedented decision to not cover a whole class of Alzheimer's drugs. It is not CMS's job to second guess the drug approvals of the FDA.
You ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as the brown stain on the mattress.
You're just afterbirth. Slithered onto mother's filth. They should have put you in a glass jar on the mantelpiece.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
Take this quarter. Go downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face.
I go with you.
I know, there's a problem with your face.
You're incapable of running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.